Here we are. It's Rob, Jim, Madge, and myself. We're in the lead group. I'm bringing up the rear, Jim and Rob up front. Here you can see the difference of visibility at nighttime versus daytime and the difference of how things look. As a lead group, our job is to clear everything and mark the lines. That way nobody following us has a hard time seeing the lines going out. With my job as the trail man, the lead group, is to make sure none of those three in front of me get behind me. As you can see, some of us are marked with chem lights. So Rob has a blue chem light and I have an orange chem light. Here we're also looking for fish in this area. As you've seen in prior videos, Lau Beach entrance and exit has a lot of diversity of fish in there. And a lot of them will sleep in those little caves and crevices. So we're looking for them. This giant black urchin is almost the size of a grapefruit or cantaloupe, just the body of it, not including the spines. Rob and I are setting the blue over red. Rob is actually vertical to me, and this is the exit for Lau. That way with divers coming back, have an easier access to see. I haven't actually looked up this species of worms or whatever it is. However, there's a number of them out tonight. They range between 6 inches and almost a foot, 12 inches. And this is at the very entrance. We just had our anchor lights up and we see them. And it was just impressive watching them. Here's the anchor lights already anchored into the ground pointing upwards. They create a reverse moon effect under the water. But when it's a full moon up on top, the fish are more likely to swarm. But this actually draws all the fish into one central area. You can see by all the krill and micro shrimp and crabs and everything else. The sleeping parrotfish has already formed its mucous membrane. That little mucous membrane that you see floating around them actually protects the parrotfish from being sensed predators like eels and stuff like that. The diversity in the sea urchins was memorized. And these are all just within feet apart. So right here we have a black long spine sea urchin. This is a red-brown sea urchin. And check out this long red spine sea urchin. There's actually two of them really close to each other. So we've already been in the water for about 5 minutes. Now here comes CJ, Henry, and Cody. I was able to recognize them by their fin colors and the orange mask that Cody is notorious for wearing. So anytime that you're in big group dives, color coding is actually really important, and it does help. There's a couple different species of coral. We're actually out here tonight hopefully to catch the coral spawning in effect. I've actually never seen it in real life. There's multiple effects on coral spawning. It doesn't happen all at one time in one location or throughout the world. It's based on the species, the seasons, and the location that you're at. We nearly have it down to a science and could almost predict to the minute when it's going to happen. However, it just wasn't tonight. This is a little clam. Rob actually pointed it out to me. Now, if you didn't know, the clams are actually semi-translucent. The shell is still soft, and they swim around until they find a place to anchor to. As these float by, out of the corner of my eye, I see some movement, and I look down, and this is what I see. Now, if you didn't know better, a lot of people would think this is a banded seed crate. It's not. It's actually a banded snake eel, better known as a false seed crate. A full 100% eel, non-venomous, but they are aggressive. Now, it is actually out on the hunt, and I'm trying to stay away from it. I'm trying not to touch it or disturb it by any means. As it's moving around, you can tell it's surfing. Do miss one of its strikes. It actually hit something small and ate it. Rob has noticed me staying on location and using my flashlight pinpoint one item. And I've done this to Rob. Every time he starts focused on something, I'll notice it and then I'll come and take a video of it. As Rob comes over to take a picture of it, I back away so I don't interfere with his lighting system. Right here, just as Rob's about to take a picture of it, finds a hole, swims inside, and it found something to eat on. Here's one of those worms again. Like I said, I gotta look it up, figure out what it is. There's a number of them all around us tonight. This is Fuguru and his dive group. As we see all these red spots coming into the water, I was actually thinking that it might have been the coral spawning at the time, but it's not. It's actually small shrimp, and it's thousands of them. And they put off a really beautiful display. And sometimes it looks like an underwater tornado, just by how they're moving around the lights. See how it looks like a little tornado just moving around? It's really beautiful. Well, I was hoping that this was a coral spawning. I find this little coral head and I'm trying to record it. However, at this time we actually have a good surge coming through for just a couple seconds. And it's really hard, and you can tell by the background of the surge, looking at all the movement. But a second I have to put the camera down and hold on. With the surge subsiding, I find this little triggerfish, and you can see its little tail sitting there, just in the little crevice, and the sea urchin right outside of it. I thought it was a pretty interesting view. Still thinking that that was a coral spawn. I'm also trying to record it. And I was hoping the triggerfish was going to come out and start eating, but it just didn't. And it made sense, because it wasn't the coral spawn, it was just... I decided to swim over to one of the coral fingers, and I find a very diverse coloring of the sea urchin. The black and white stripe there, the purple long spine, green long spine is very diverse, and this is just within feet apart of each other. I was actually hoping to find some lionfish, eels, or octopus in this little area. However, they just weren't out tonight.
Bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here. I got time. clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful. You and me, we meant to be in the great outdoors.
And there are actually many species of cone snails. They should never really be handled, as they do have a harpoon and the ability to sting you. They can be fatal, and they are very poisonous.
Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
If you like the content of this video, give us a like. It'll help. That way we can produce more. Enjoy. Thanks for watching.